Hello, baseball fans. You can see I've already started filling in today's grid because tomorrow is the Contemporary Hall of Fame vote. I'm going to start in this lower right corner with Fernando Valenzuela. He is on tomorrow's vote. I don't think he's going to get voted in. But this middle column, I think, has got three guys that have a really good chance. Silver Slugger, 2,000 career hits. I'm putting Don Mattingly in this spot. Don has a real good chance to get voted in tomorrow, but let's put up his stats versus Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez is not yet in the Hall of Fame. I think these two guys go together, or should go together. In fact, I think Keith Hernandez is a little ahead of Don Mattingly. Mattingly had a fairly short peak, and because of his back problems, he retired a little bit early. He had a better peak than Keith Hernandez, but Keith Hernandez was a really good player for a long time. In the middle square, second baseman, Silver Slugger. This is where I'm going to add in Jeff Kent. Now, let's compare Jeff Kent to Lou Whitaker. Lou Whitaker is not in the Hall of Fame. I believe he should have gone in at the same time as Alan Trammell. Those two guys were rookies together. They were the two best players basically on the Tigers throughout that run they had, along with Kirk Gibson and Jack Morris. And Alan Trammell is even on the player committee, and Lou Whitaker didn't even make the finals of the voting. It's unbelievable to me. But you can see here, Lou Whitaker had the better career overall than Jeff Kent. Jeff Kent, his argument is he's got the most home runs ever for a second baseman. The problem is he wasn't a very good second baseman, folks. Now, in the bottom column, I'm going with Dale Murphy, and this is my number one choice to make it. If we exclude Clemens and Bonds, and Gary Sheffield is the next best player, but all three of those guys have the stink of steroids attached to them. I think Sheffield might be a little different than those other two and probably belongs in the Hall. But Murph is one of those guys that he really was the best player in the National League, along with Mike Schmidt, in the entire 1980s. He won 2 MVPs during that time. He had about 5 or 6 years where he played every single game in center field. And he was, that 3-hitter on those Atlanta Braves teams of the 1980s. But he also has a contemporary who maybe has better numbers than him, and that's Dwight Evans from the Red Sox. Interesting point about Dewey Evans is that he actually got about 6 votes from this committee last time they did contemporary, and he did not even make the finals this time. It's hard to explain. So I'm really going to look for tomorrow's vote. I really do believe that these 3 guys in the middle column, all 3 of them will probably make it. But when they make it, it also drags along or brings along the 3 guys who are probably better than them. One of the downsides of this contemporary, or all of these other things that they have to vote players in, is that we're not getting the best guys at every position in. Harold Baines set a new low for what is a Hall of Famer, and the guys who are better than that also have to get in. I want you to comment below who you think belongs in the Hall of Fame. We can have a talk about the steroids guys, because I think that we've got to allow them in. Maybe we mark on their statue what they did. This is Grid Wizard 32. Let's have a great baseball day, and let's see what happens tomorrow. Bye now.